polarity. One other thing, I do a sci-fi reading. It's a queer sci-fi reading called Laser Life, and we're going to be booking some new readings coming up soon. So if you want to be involved in it, just talk to me. So I opened the customer's checkbook, and inside there was a pamphlet about God. My boyfriend had visited me at work, kissed me on the cheek, and dashed off to an adventure on his own. It made my day, watching his chubby form bound through cafe doors like a clumsy, hyper, self-aware cherub. I think the three tops sitting at D4 saw this. After I dropped the food at their table, they asked me to pray with them. I declined. Fortunately, as the note they'd written on their check said, God cares, even for sinners such as you. In a saner, more just universe, one with leprechauns in the Senate, one with were-dragon ballerinas as scepter train operators, one with talking lucky squirrels that spin acid jazz and jungle duck plates at our mitzvahs. I brought them back their change, but it was a mixed in with shredded pieces of the Jesus pamphlet. I left them a note as well. This is what it said. The grid shapes us, molds us, makes us uniformly square. The binary assault on our senses has dulled us. We are trapped, thinking that our sexuality stems from some kind of intrinsic, predetermined genetic code, or that it can even be unlearned. We are all existing on levels of love, cosmic stream, that stretches across and over galaxies like electrical wires. When I lay down and kiss my boyfriend at night, I'm crossing the streams of countless eons of information, of pre-cybernetic memory. I am a Roman century, an African two-spirit, a samurai. This is the ancient kind of memory that tells me I exist. So no matter what you write now on this little receipt, I'm giving you, in return, a sort of universal Banji girl effect. I am kissing your son and husband on the lips, sucking their cocks, even now, just by writing this. I do appreciate your prayers, because I recognize that it is essential to humanity to create stories and dreams that explain the science of the world, that reassures us of our place, as granular as it is, within the multiverse. But I also recognize just as essential is our notion to be connected in grander ways to each other, that our wholes are there for traversal and transmission and communication, and that we are portals always and forever. So yes, I am eternally in need of God, but only so much that God is creation and sex and fervor and life. Then in this reality, wherever this reality currently is, where we danced on top of GHL trucks and bonfires, where we filled our baskets with the cosmic dawn, with the tools of the culling, marched over the horizon and struck a blow at the sun. See, we were flying things, vast and unicorn, radiating in free effervescent thought chroma, bursts of burgeoning universe, lilting over radiant nebula, cloud and ash. We are baristas and shamans at desks, the apparition of the ghost of the freedom ghost, with our time cards stamped until eternity. My hands are gold and steel, wrapped up time machines. I push the button and black goo pours out in delicious crema. I stare at it as it coalesced into a filthy golden ring, a soul-sapping halo of procured antivitamins, a sun-sucking ember extracted from the plant, 3,000 miles, 100 leather straps in the back, an ocean of dead black bodies buried at sea away, and then I pour it into the cup. Hello? The pregnant white woman is holding her purse, her lips curled up in a half-crescent of desire and thirst. She sees my black skin first, ignores the beating droplets of sweat coagulating on my brow. I think of the nights where we set fire to a rib shack, where we etched death to gentrifiers on the windows of a Wendy's on Lancaster Avenue, where we pricked our ankles on barbed wire and left bloody DNA tattoos on walls of art museums. I think of the night sky opening up, afterglow sparks, a brilliant rush of wind, the party doors swinging wide, where androgynous avatars announce to the world, this is our land of the freaks and warriors, and we're taking things back. We're busting out, we're clearing this world, swollen the fruit, still starved for me. I wrote so many things down that day, on the back of Spider-Man comic books, on napkins and napkin holders, on pieces of trash stuck and corroding on the side of the curb. I wrote of taking the artifacts out of the glass cases and putting them back into the ground. I wrote of the ground. I'll be with you in a moment, I say, as I stir the pure brown down into the creamy liquid mass of the white milk. Ah, an easy metaphor, I think. A clear and beautiful piece of hyperbole, consisting of the lifeblood of Duffydom. I can set this thing on the counter, watch its pale beige swirl, inundate the glass, cascade over the clear, nameless, not there ice cubes as it turns into the perfect mix of the people of the planet, of the people of Philadelphia, this great city of love, of understanding. But this isn't an 11th grade essay or a melting pot narrative. I'm standing behind a counter with a uniform on, the blackest beacon in a white universe, easily Googleable. So simple it is to Yelp my non-name, the star artist in this cappuccino and iced Americano crazed continuum. You can type my form into the entry of the cafe. It's simple, and they will know who you're talking about. It's not like we're standing in a bodega in South Philadelphia or a Five and Dime in Kensington or a donut shop under the L at Girard. We're here with the encroaching horizon of academia, where the encroaching horizon of academia clashes with the shrinking border of hunger and death pangs. It's real simple. I'm the black guy that works there. Are you ready for me? She asked as I stand staring her into her crisp blue eyes. She held her smartphone tethered to her hand like a cyborg arm connected with nanomachines. I cannot tell where she ended and the iPhone began. She is not ready to order. She is just there. And so they all list into being like a star-studded Wikipedia page, unraveling, falling into life and birthed in a line. They all want something from me. Every inch of strength my black body can muster for them. They want everything except my story. A cop, a minister, a priest, a man in a Duke lacrosse t-shirt, an elderly woman with a tripod cane, a seeing eye dog, a boy in ripped jeans with a handlebar mustache, another cop, a man with a souvenir paintbrush from Milan, a woman wearing a dress made of kente cloth, a punk rocker. I sat on the stoop outside of the cafe watching children play in a puddle, the water rising and falling with their every excited splash. A police car came tearing down the intersection, slowed down past the kids, rolled its window down. A white man in the backseat peered out plaintively, shook his head at the children, then mouthed something to the cop driving, and the squad car sped on. When I'm emptying the trash, I'm still a superhero flying through the air, talking to dwarf stars and dreaming in quasars. When I'm picking up used napkins off of tables, I'm still a griot mystic, weaving light constructs from tiny threads of reality. When I'm making your coffee, I saw the pregnant white woman on the 34 trolley. She got on at 36th Street. I could feel the air sucked out of the car from the vacuum created by the many men and women rising to give up their seat. I felt the searing heat of X-rays as the air got thinner, hotter at 40th Street Station, where a black woman with 3 kids, weighed down with grocery bags, got on. The look of disdain from the passengers was hot enough to bake vampire flesh. I kept reading my comic books stitched into my aisle seat. But when we reached 48th Street, the sea of color had dispersed. The swirling yellow and porcelain white, the garish garments and Trader Joe's grocery bags and cargo pants and Birkenstocks had disappeared. The announcer stopped announcing the streets. There was just us, monolithic, vast, black, and unicorn.